Start to loosen up, side stepping inwards.
You can use both mats until quarter past.
Okay. Side stepping outwards.
You can go a bit bigger, guys, on the mats. It's all good.
Extend.
Till about quarter past, 10 past. Warm up.
Do some break lines. Spread it out a bit as well. Give each other a bit of room. Got the upper back. And then switch to the other side. Some high knees. Starting here. So once you get to halfway, you forwards. Switch to the other side, so you're switching out, facing forward, facing backwards each side. So the next part, just one-on-one, so come down. That's a similar ability, right? From here, what we're doing is I'm going to break the guard. Okay? Break the guard in any way that you want to, right? Whether that's standing up, different ways, different passes. Move to side control. As you need to, move to mount. What Jared's going to do, trap an arm. Right, now he's in the guard, he's going to go do the exact same thing. Break the guard any way he wants. Pass, move to mount. Now it's my turn once again, go back the other way. Trap an arm, trap a leg. Alright, just to continue to warm up the body. Everyone good with that? Pick someone of kind of similar level. And go to different things from a closed guard. Essentially you're going to be trapping an arm and we're going to be working through a bunch of submissions off that arm trap at the end. Before we can even, get to the point of trapping an arm, all that kind of stuff, we firstly need to understand how to get into guard. So we're going to work on pulling guard, just the most basic, fundamental way of pulling guard. Then we're going to work on some basic control and isolate that a little bit. How you control someone when you're at the bottom of the guard. Specifically with gi, there's so many things to grab onto, so many ways to annoy someone who's sitting up straight, to break their posture, all that kind of stuff. Then we're going to work into 3 ways of attaining the arm trap, followed by 3 submissions at least, hopefully tonight. Cool? Everyone happy with that? Sweet. Jara, here. So this is going to be the fundamental way that we're going to teach pulling the guard. There's different ways of pulling guard. We're going to do it in a nice, safe way, all right? I'll make a couple of points of things to then improve it once we go through it once. So basically, we're here, we're going to grip up, okay? So Jared can have my collar, I've got his sleeve, right? This is all I need, right? I'll often do this, one, because I'm horrible at taking someone down, so I'll just pull guard straight away, right? The fundamental is, on the same arm that I'm controlling this sleeve or controlling this elbow, right? I'm going to put my foot on the hip, okay? That's the basics. The reason I'm doing it on this side and this side is Jared has that arm free, he can grab that leg, take me down, do whatever with it, 2 points for him. Even if he has that point as well, and I go back, I'm pretty sure that still counts as 2 points for Jared in a comp, right? So we're starting here. I can do different things, break the posture, fundamentally sit there, sit back, right? See how I'm side on, and I swung into it. Everyone can kind of see that there. I've got the foot on the hip. Now he's got that arm there. To then take the guard, I'm going to slide this up and break his posture with that leg, bring him into me, and close it there, right? Now this is all has to be pretty quick. I can't sit there, if you go back like this for ages, because then he's going to play with different legs, all that kind of stuff, right? So it is all one movement, but we're breaking it down. So the first step is putting that foot, toes on the outside, basically in that hip line, right? And then I'm going to swing myself down on the ground, bring this through, this right leg, break his posture down to me, as well as bringing him in, close my guard. That's all it is to pull guard. Any questions on that?
Cool. So that fall is kind of off centre.
Off centre.
It's not directly back.
No, I'm not going. I'm not just going to sit down and do this. Right? That's too much distance. Doesn't give me enough. I'll go into another bit as well once we try a couple of times. But yeah, when I'm creating that angle as well, it allows me to pull different guards as well, instantly into collar and sleeve, which is a fantastic spot to be for me. Right? Different guards you can do as well once you've created that angle. Yep. Cool.
So you kind of, as you swung that way, you're using that momentum to then keep you coming that
As
way.
I'm sitting down, I'm going onto my side. I'm not sitting straight back.
Yep.
I'm going onto my side.
Sweet, thank you.
Happy with that?
Yep.
Cool. Crack in.
1 second.
Yeah. I'm going to be putting my left foot, right? Because I've got this left arm. I can do it the other way, do my right foot, I'll show my left foot. So I'm also going to put him off balance by making a step across his body with my right foot before I put that foot there, okay? So just by doing this, something as simple as, rather than just putting it up straight on, taking a step. See how much he spins then? Because I've created that momentum. So it's a bit of a more dynamic kind of movement, and you don't have to try it at this point. But it definitely helps. How do you feel there compared to previously? A fair bit more off balance, right? So I'm moving. And making that smooth. Just give that a go, once or twice each. So that was good. So now we're there, right? We've got them in guard, but without being able to control from the closed guard position, they're just going to break the guard, stand up. Dan will just break my guard every time. Jara will, whoever it is, right? Unless you're doing things. If you're just sitting there, not active, then you're really not going to do anything. So what we're going to work on, just for a minute each, also, right? At about 60 to 70%, so a little bit of force each. What you're going to do is you're just going to I'm going to make Jara uncomfortable, okay, in this position. So I'm going to grab Geese, he's going to try and posture. Okay, see how he's got that one there? Going to swim it inside, going to take that down again, break his posture. He's going to start up. Right, how much more difficult is it? So just work on that, grabbing sleeves, the gi, the back of the head, bringing him down to break that posture just for a minute to get in that feeling of not making someone comfortable. Because never are they just going to sit there doing nothing if I'm doing nothing, right? If I'm not doing anything, jar, it's immediate break of the guy, right? But if I've always got his hands on the floor, constantly trying to do that, trying to break his posture, he can't stand up from here, right? I just even sit here, I can rest for a little bit, but it's just really annoying to be in, right? Let's try that each. Constantly break his posture, right? Really annoying. Keep on jackknifing your knees up and bringing him in, and that stops people from breaking the guard, right? He can't have the time to actually think about grabbing a hand, pulling that down if he's constantly has his position broken and his posture broken. Cool. So that's getting to the guard position, controlling a bit, right? The next thing we're going to do is 3 different ways to find an arm trap, and we'll do them one at a time. The first one's going to be really fundamental. Yeah, as you can see. Alright, so I'm in the guard. Joe's got his hands here, right? Standard, stopping me from getting up. I can't get up, right? But this is the most basic version. And it's not like this is going to work every time and it's a foolproof thing, but it is a fundamental way of getting the arm wrap. What I'm going to do, swing both arms in, right? There's a little bit of space here right now. And the fundamental way is to put his hands on the mat, right? We don't need to do that with both arms. We can. So we can put both arms on the mat. Once we're here, we've got his arms on the mat. Grab the lapel with this hand, feed it through the left hand. That's it. Right? Jared's probably already quite uncomfortable here. This is the arm wrap, right? This is the arm wrap position. I've trapped his arm. Can you get it out? Even from there, really difficult, right? Because I've trapped it in by my body and I'm holding it with the gi and I pass that. So once again, key parts, swim under with both, right? We can put to there. With this one, I'm going to move it straight to the lapel, reach through, trap that arm. That's all it is. Everyone happy with that? Do you need to see it again? No? Let's give that a go. First arm trap. Cool. So that's the first way, right? Really fundamental way. Honestly, when you get someone, right, with their hands on the mat, they're not going to stay there very long. Okay, it's unlikely anyone's going to stay with their hands on the mat when they're in the guard. It's a bad place to be for Jara, right? Then you've got a bunch of attacks. But the fundamental bit is swimming inside, breaking them from there, and then you're getting it, right? So number 2 is Jara, because we've been breaking his posture so much, yeah, he's not coming in, right? He's not putting his hands there. This is a really basic one. We're just going to sit up, okay? We've got a gi, sit up, wrap the arm there, right? I'm still up. When I wrap the arm, that's all it is. Right? So I bring myself up. If you can support my weight, right? And I can just sit up into it. Right?
When you wrap, are you grabbing onto something?
Pardon?
When you wrap the arm, are you grabbing onto the lapel?
Still the lapel.
Yep.
Right? Always the end position from the arm wrap is we want to be hand on that lapel. Right? We can keep feeding it to get higher and higher and make it more uncomfortable, but we always want to end with this hand on the lapel. Happy with that? Try that just twice each. Some kind of pressure on your chest, stomach, whatever it be, to keep you down. It's on that off chance that they pull that pressure off to try and get back because you've been breaking them down and all that kind of stuff, to then sit up and take that. Cool? Now we'll go into the third one, which I think is the most effective or best one, right? We're here. Jara has a lapel, right? He'll often do this before posting to try and do something, right? With that hand, okay? So what I'm going to do here, cross grip. So because he's got his right arm, I'm going to do my right arm here, right? I'm going to get a Kimura grip on my own hand, okay? So everyone see that? I'm reaching it under to get the Kimura grip. Cool? What I'm doing from here is I'm breaking, right, forwards and up. I'm leaving this hand. While I'm doing that, I'm bringing this around. What I'm doing first is I'm swimming this arm then under, okay? can't go down straight from here. So I'm swinging it under there. In kind of one movement, I'm moving it behind my head and then taking the lapel that way. Right, that way I'm breaking the grip all in one whilst also getting my arm trap or arm wrap. Right? He's got it there, he's actually quite tight on this. I can't get it off like this. Right? Can't do it, can't sit up because he's pushing me down. I can't get it the other ways, I can't just do it with one hand, right? Can't swing it under, so I need to break it. So I'm grabbing a cross grip, Kimura grip. Up and around to then pass that through and get that. Everyone happy with that? Can you just say it one more time? Are happy? No. Do that 5 times. Cool. Alright, just a couple of kind of points of tightening your position up once you're there and what you do once you get there before getting all of the submissions we're going to go through. Once again, I'm here. What I'm going to do as soon as I get this position right, because here Jared's still pretty stable, he's above me, he can kind of do stuff. I'm going to block that bicep, get a hip, right? My right leg is coming back under there to control his posture, right? Bring him down. My other foot is the ball of the foot is on the hip, right? This is to create this side-on angle here so that I can attack his neck, attack his arm, right? But it also means that he's not being able to bring me straight back, right? Some people, and it's also taught like this, is to close back on the guard from this position, right? For myself, I feel like he can then just move me back over. Right, I don't have as much control, I don't think, as when I've got a foot on the hip, right? Foot, hand there, right? Because then I can control him. He's not being able to move me as much because I'm actually controlling where his hips are going. Okay? I've got this arm tied in, right? Above the elbow, right? He's not moving that arm anywhere. And I can continue to feed the lapel high. Okay? So just work on that just for a second with each partner. Just a couple of times on getting to that side, putting the foot in the hip. I've got here, move that. I'm controlling him from here, and I'm side on. Okay, so the first one is the most basic choke, right? What we're going to do, and it's in gi. Okay, all these are gi, obviously you need this. What we're going to do is we're going to grab with this arm on the back of the gi. There's some ways you can do it where some people bring their own arm around their head so they can't grab my arm, right, to get to there. What we're fundamentally trying to do is grab the back of the gi, get the forearm underneath the chin, squeezing. It's almost immediate, right? Depending on how high you've got this lapel. Okay? We're here, back there. All I'm doing, getting that forearm under the chin, squeezing this left arm in. This arm, right arm, doesn't even need to move. I can just squeeze that one in. I'm not really doing too much, right? I don't need to make exaggerated movements of doing these kind of things, right? I'm not going to do anything. Make sure I've got that as high as I want. Yeah. Grabbing a good part of that gi on the back. That's the first choke. Any questions on that choke of how to get it? You'll really start to feel it because you've got the forearm and the neck. It goes on really instantly, so just be careful about how quickly you go on and tap it as soon as you start to feel it, because it will go on very tightly. Cool? Give that 5 to 10 goes each. Practice that. Really effective. Overall, the key points for the chokes is part of the reason that I'm palming out to this side is to open up that side of the neck. Because either one, whether it's there, whether it's there, I'm opening up this side of the neck by being on my side. When I'm flat, right, and I'm just sitting here, that's a lot harder to do anything with. Can't really do it. That's why I'm moving and like exaggerating right now this movement to here. Okay, and that'll also help with the next one. Okay, so I often will be in this position. Often, like not often. If you do get to this position and you're here, right, and I go for these chokes, what's Jared going to do? Just grab my arm, right? That's kind of stopped me. right? So what I want to do here, I want to stop. All I'm going to do is make sure I've got the elbow in the crook and an arm bar. I'm pushing it down, right? And it's just an arm bar, right? You need to make sure you've got the elbow in the right spot. It's difficult for me because I'm so short and Jared's got kind of long arms, so I find it difficult. But the key point is, that's why I've got that foot in the hip. I'm bringing it down on top of the shoulder, and that's what really creates that movement.
Yeah, that's good.
Right? So getting that knee down into that shoulder and getting it at that elbow joint is what's creating that arm bar. So give it a crack. It'll take you a little while of arranging yourself. You might need to give up a bit of that arm and not have it so high, right? So as we move there, when I'm doing the chokes, I want this super high. As I'm moving into this, I'm letting a bit of that arm out, okay? Does that make sense? Because if I'm doing it up here, right, it might not work as well. I need that elbow to get that tap. Everyone happy with that? Let's do one. So what we've gone through is pulling guard, controlling close guard by constantly moving your legs and bringing their hips in. The 3 different breaks. The first, putting the arms on the mat. The second is the sit-up, and the third is the Kimura grip break. Then we've gone through 3 submissions, being the behind choke, or when we're grabbing behind the gi to choke, cross collar essentially, punch choke, and then into the straight arm bar. Right? A few of you would have experienced then, people naturally move their arm away from that straight arm bar, right? What we'll do next week is what you do then, which is going to omoplatas, we go into the underside arm bar, we go into the triangle, and then what we'll go through next week on Monday, if you're able to make it back. And so there's a bunch of different things that you can string together when the first, second, third kind of technique doesn't work, what you can move to. That's it. What does Tristan say? Hope everyone had fun, hope everyone learned something. Thank you, training partners, because you can't train by yourself. That's it.